What's up, boys? This is back. Got a little soundtrack this time. Music intro. Oh, big thanks to Gina back in the back there for production value. Great week last week. The games were a little closer this week, you might say. So, yeah, it was a real interesting week in Pure Guts. One might say that those houses of cards are still being held up by spit, gristle, pure dreams and hopes. Teams that are winning that shouldn't be winning are still winning. It is what it is. What can you do? It's all part of the game, man. It's fantasy. What can you do? Let's get right to it here. I got 2 pages of notes here, so I better blast through this fairly quickly. Got a couple interviews coming up for the game of the week. Looking forward to that. Another episode of Communications 101. I know you guys are stoked for that. So, let's just get right into it here. Week overview. We're a couple weeks away from the trade deadline, which is on the Wednesday prior to Week 10 weekend. So, Wednesday of Week 10 is the trade deadline. This is now Week 8, so not next week, the week after that. So keep that in mind. That also means that dues are due. That's Sunday. So 2 weeks tomorrow, dues are due to Mike Vanderwall. I suggest that if you want to pay on time, you better get a hold of them now. Might take a couple weeks for things to process with VWall, as we all know, especially on the trade front. But it'll probably be a little quicker when it comes to money. But yeah, get a hold of Mike. Pay your dues. That also includes your penalties for last year. They are a whopping $5 per penalty, unless you're a Briz who owed $20 now. I made a note here that I seem to remember penalizing him beer instead, so that's got to get ironed out. That's I'll talk to Briz about that. But I owe 5, Laffy owes 5, and Pollock owes 5 for last year's penalties, lineup mismanagement penalties. So we will owe, well, 5 to my division, Laffy the same, and I guess Pollock will owe 105 for this year's dues. So keep that in mind. A couple trades this week went down. The big one was Amari Cooper. The Fist sent Amari Cooper pack in to Tups for Jay Ajayi, Devontae Parker, and his 2018 first, which isn't going anywhere. Neither of those firsts are going anywhere. Trust me, I've tried. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, there's also Lockett. Tyler Lockett got dealt for Patterson in a first in 2018 as well. Hammer and Kenton pulling a bolt trade there. Nothing big there. So yeah, this last week, week 7. 5 games within 5 points or less, which was awesome. Good to see. 3 games, I believe, had the potential for comebacks on the Monday nighter, which was awesome. Unless you were me or Karenni. I think Slots might have had a chance to come back too. I can't remember exactly what the third game was, but let's get right into the quick recap of last week's games. I went 3-5, 20-20 on the season. So you can pretty much take my projections or my predictions with a grain of salt. I almost called the 2 comebacks. I almost beat the Hoff, and Krenny almost beat Reggie. Almost. What is that saying? It's only good in horseshoes and hand grenades or something like that. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, so I played the Hoff last week. I got halved. I started Gillisley on a last minute, literally like 9:57 decision. And that's gonna bite me in the ass. Edelman or Tate were the two guys. One of them was gonna be in there, and both of them would have won me the game if I had him in there instead of Gillisley. So Jordy had a shitty game. What can you do? Ty Montgomery. I just made a quick note that this kid's on fire right now. The role that he's playing in that offense is pretty awesome. So yeah, the Hoff had a great game. Rogers had a big game. Fair and square. Props. Reggie held off a late push to move to 7-0 versus Krenzel. On the Monday nighter there, we thought Crenny might have had a chance, but CJ, he's a curse of Christian Michael. You can call that. Oh well, Dwayne Washington, he's still the next big thing. The era of Dwayne is upon us. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Reggie wins. The pillow fight of the week was definitely Brisbane versus Excellence. But it was a close game. It's kind of like the Seattle Cardinals game there. I think it was 98-101 or something stupid like that. But Briz capitalized on a solid 2.3 point outing from Oz and secured that victory. Lotto Corp held off slots, 125, 121. The Jaya and Hill added up to 56 points. That carried his team. And then, like, Slaughter had 70 points from Luck and Mike Evans and 50 from the remaining 9 players on his roster. So, I mean, that's telltale right there. He's got 2 awesome players. And then there's the rest. But he's still a contender. Still a contender. Hilton's 26 leads Mikey to a 5-point victory over Pollock. Pollock, 11 points combined from your defense. That's not going to do it, boy. That's not going to do it, boy. Rebuild laid a whooping on Mangold. Keep on rebuilding. Prugs limped past Russ. Township beat down Hammer. There's your games. In fact, a cool little stat here. Crenny, who lost to Reggie, would have beat every other single team in the league this week. Bad luck. And the Fist, yours truly, I would have beat 6 of the teams that won last week. And I lost. So that's just the way the game is, boys. You know, thick skin. You don't always win. Crying's not a sin. Babe, you're throwing my mojo off here. It's okay. How's the young one? Okie dokie. Quick recap of the standings here. I'm not going to go through it all. You're a click away from that, but it's interesting. We got Lotto Corp and Reggie in the Northwest and the Southwest, each with 2-game leads. You got Big Easy in the Southeast with a 1-game lead over Crenny, despite scoring 100 less points on the season. It's like 15, 20 points a game right there. And the Fist in the Northeast only has a 1-game lead, a slim 1-game lead over Slaughter, despite having outscored him by 200 points this year. 30 points a game. Wrap your head around that. This game, man, it ain't for the weak. Test your will. And then my last note, leading into week 8, is smoke and mirrors, baby. Smoke and mirrors. House of Cards. The 8th ranked scoring team in the league is 5-2 in Vanderwall. The 10th scoring team in the league is 4-3, and that's Slaughter. 1 game out of his division lead. And the 12th highest scoring team in the league, in Pollock, leads his division by a game, and he's 5-2. It's the House of Cards. We're about to come tumbling down. Or not. Who knows? Who the heck knows? Okay, quick diving into week 8 here. I got to run through this. We're already racking up the time. my adversary, the clock, it's staring right at me. It's right there. 10:37, 10:38. This week, the Fist takes on the Bucks. 2-5 versus 5-2. Breeze is it's in New Orleans, but they're playing Seattle. Josh McCown gets a start for the Prugs. His running back's got a great matchup, though. They have great matchups, respectively. Talvin Smith dropped 15 on Thursday. So congrats on that victory, Laugh. I'm picking Laffy. Lamar's questionable. It's going to be a good game. Questionably game of the week. But I pick myself, I lose. I'm going to pick Laffy on this one. Then we got Watt. We got 2 division leaders going head-to-head. And I know that there's, the guys involved probably think this is the game of the week. Every team should think that their game is the game of the week. But we got Watt versus Lotto, close projections, both 5-2. Mike's not leading his division because he's in Reggie's division. Sorry about that. But still, both 5-2. I wrote down the dream's about to end. I got Lotto here, despite I think 1 point from Marquise Lee on Thursday night for tops. I wrote down smashing. I think that this is going to be an old-fashioned smashing. Another smashing coming up. I got Team Rebuild once again to win. Ironically, this time versus Township. I think it's a 20-point game. I don't think it's going to get real close. We got the Big Easy 5-2 versus 5-10, 3-4 Drew. Relatively close projections. No ODB. He's on a bye week. More House of Cards here. I'm taking Drew. I love Booker and Thompson this week. I'm going to take Briz in this one. Cranny 4-3 versus Mangold 3-4. Real tough one here. But I wrote down, is this the week that Democracy proves that he's one of the big boys? Not that he hasn't already, but I'm taking Cranny in this one. Even though I like Devontae Adams, and I think they're playing Atlanta, and I like Jameis Winston in a shootout with Oakland. It's going to be a close game. I'm banking on a bounce-back game from Hopkins. You got Hammer, Park Ring, 2016 versus Slaughter. I think Russ and Jimmy are going to put up some points this week versus New Orleans. Love Evans, like I said, I think it's going to be a shootout, and he's going to do his normal thing. But I think Freeman's going to have a big game, and I'm taking Hammer. No Tevin Coleman. You got Russ versus Sassy. Now, this is a super tough game. This is a pick'em, another pick'em. I'm going to go with Russ here. Cam and Olsen versus Arizona. It's a tough go. It's just super close. I'm just going to go with Russ here on a hunch. And then we got the game of the week. Now, this is arguable. I put up a poll question this week, and a whopping 5 people responded to it. So I'm contemplating just scrapping the whole thing. But then I thought, no, don't be a child. And, hey, not every podcast is successful in its early stages. I've only got like 11 million viewers right now. So there's no guarantee that, people are going to respond and people are going to be showing interest. So I was a little disappointed by the 5, responses on the poll question, but it is what it is. I'm going with my pick here, and that's going to be Reggie versus the Hawk, because multiple factors. 2 decent teams, well, 1 really good team and 1 good team, decent team. But they're, because of the way the weeks have worked out, bye weeks, injuries, the projections are very close, very close. So this is a huge opportunity to knock Reggie off the undefeated block that he's on right now. He doesn't want to go into the playoffs without a loss. I don't think any of us want to see him go into the playoffs without a loss either. This league has been smacked in the face by 3 straight Laffy bones. And do I want to see Reggie go undefeated and win a title? I don't want to see it. I know you don't want to see it. So this is game of the week. Hopefully, I've got both men lined up for an interview. So let's get right to it. I'm gonna give Roxanne. Can you get a hold of Baylog for me? Okay, give me a second here. All right. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like he should be on the line shortly. So we'll just go like that. Hoff, you got your own intro music, bruh. Come on!
I give that half a fire.
Remix. What's up, dog?
What's going on, bro? Just checking out a little college football.
Nice. Who are you watching?
Two teams that can't tackle, Texas and Baylor.
Nice. Any big stars? You got your eye on anybody there?
Just got my eye on the old over. 76 points.
Classic. Beautiful. How you feeling, buddy? Big win last week.
It was. Came down to the end. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was definitely watching your D players there rack up points. Looks like I'm getting honked again on defense.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, did it?
No, that's true.
Ty Montgomery, man. Talk about it.
Well, he's finally paying off. I got mocked last year, the first overall pick for Hawk. Finally paying off. There's one thing I know, it's Packers football. Two things I know. Aaron Rodgers is playing like dog shit. And thirdly, I don't like this Jordan Rodgers bachelorette shit. It's really scaring me this year. People got the Madden curse. Aaron Rodgers got the bachelorette curse.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that angle.
Calling it.
I didn't even think about that angle. That's very true. That would distress anybody when you got your brother talking smack on national TV about you and your relationship with your parents and whatnot. Not that I watched this season, every episode, but yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a big deal.
That's right, man. No one's talking about it. Everyone's talking about the Deflategate with Rodgers, but come on, man. Look at the big picture.
Hey, I want to hit you up with something here. Now, you're better than 2-5, I think. You had the big win last week. What are your realistic goals for the Hawstars this year? Like, what do you go for? What are you shooting for? You shoot for the top?
Shooting for the top. I'm trying to go 4-1 for the rest of the regular season and try and sneak in at the playoffs. The big difference this year between all the other years is that Rodgers' matchups are pretty good, and the Packers are not leading the division right now, so they're going to have to throw up some points at the end of the year. So that's the plus side. Bottom side, yeah, I'm losing a tough. The one key stat that I noticed is points against. 980 points against. I'm leading the league against points against. So I'm just, the first 7 games I'm running up against the gauntlet here with just getting shit kicked with these guys. But I'm in a dogfight this week. I was in a dogfight last week. And I'm hoping to turn it around.
Right on. Are you going to be making any trades this year or what?
There was a couple trades on the table, but no one bit. The classic laugh you trying to salad into chicken shit, or vice versa, whatever you want to call his offers. And couple ones that were on the table, and I took them off. But I almost pulled the trigger. Well, you're almost part of that Jordy Nelson deal with Pollock, but Nelson's on the downturn, buddy.
Have you ever offered a trade without being offered first? Like, have you ever started trade talks with anybody in your career?
I did once this year, and I got turned down. Slaughter.
He's a tough cookie.
Tried to get Jared Cook.
He's a tough cookie.
Yeah, he is. So.
Yeah. Okay, here this is a fun little thing here. I want to get into this week's matchups, and I thought, who better to get a quick handicap on each of these games than the half. If you're the bookie, you're the bookie here. You're the bookie. I want to hear your lines, and I want to hear you handicap these games for me, bro.
Well, let's just start off with the juggernaut 7-0 versus Hot Stars 2-5. Put the spotlight on us first. I actually got this as a surprise game here. Tom Brady, White, they're gonna fucking have a great game. I got upticks on them. AJ Green, Thomas, downticks. The one wild card, Jason Witten, thinks he's gonna have a game. On the Hot Star side, I just don't like Brandon Cooks, aka Black Jesus. Not against Seattle. Not this week, buddy. And Rogers, wild card. Who knows? The total's 54, I think, right now, so there's going to be a lot of points scored, but just don't know. In the end, I've got Reggie, 154. Hot Stars, 143.
Ooh.
Talk about it.
So you got a negative 11 beside Reggie.
Yeah, I got Reggie. He's going to pull it out. I got it. So Hot Stars have to go after this loss. They got to clean the table to make the playoffs.
Damn.
Anyways, moving on to the docket. I've got. Let's go with B-Wall and Tupper. A bit of a close game here. Tyrod Taylor, he's going to have a shootout game with Brady. I've got the totals at 47. I got them going over that total right now. They are playing in Buffalo, which is always a shit show with all those dirtbags up there. Going up against Matt Ryan. He's going to eat some against Green Bay, that's for sure. Poor secondary. Close game. I got them at 130 D-Wall, 135 Tupper. Talk about it.
-5. Okay. Give me my game. I want to hear Fist versus Laffy.
Okay, well, on this game I got, a bit of a surprise here. Drew Brees? I don't know. I don't think so. Not against Seattle. He is playing at home. The good thing is Laffy is starting Josh McCown, which is fucking, might as well put in a bag of hockey pucks there. But he does have Ware. He's going to fucking put up some numbers. Fuller in Detroit. Detroit gives up a lot of points at home. Jordy Nelson, sorry, buddy. He's on the downtick.
You think so?
Separation.
I'll put the over-under at 20 for him, bruh. 20 for him alone.
Side bet. Definitely not. Julio Jones, he's going to eat some. He's going to eat all day long against that porous secondary.
He's got an empty stomach, bruh. He's got an empty stomach.
Lamar Miller, good game too. Edelman, he's going to knock it out of the park. Especially, that Buffalo game is going to fucking hit that over big time. I got Laffy, 135, a little bit down, 12 points down the projection. Fist, uptick, 160 plus.
Whoa, talk about it!
Talk about it.
Talk about it!
Bro. Lock that baby in, man. Come on.
Wow. Loving it. Give me some Powers versus Rebuild.
Well, Powers should fucking change the name to Rebuild. Don't like him this week, that's for sure. Struggling Struggling. Prescott's going to have a good game, but pretty much everyone else, dog shit. Dog shit. Melvin Gordon, dog shit.
Wow.
Talk about it. Howard, dog shit. Minnesota Monday night, not with that beat. Talk about it. Maybe Sanu might put something up, but, he's starting, I don't know if he's getting a tight end soon or not, but who knows? He tried to trade me for a tight end, but didn't pull the trigger. Could have had a quick 12 points at Julius Thomas.
Yeah, you only have 16 of them, so you don't want to really give them up that easily, do you?
I think I got 5 or 6, but yes.
Okay, let's go here. Get the ball rolling here, man. What's the line?
Miracle 124. Oh, a little bit of a downtick. Powers, a little bit of a downtick as well. 84 points.
Oh!
The biggest shit kicking of the week.
Wow. Okay, well, they'll set that line at minus 40. Minus 40.
Moving on.
Okay, what do you got for the Big Easy versus 5 to 10?
Woo, close game. Close game. I got Brisbane in at 102. Pollock, 96.
Ooh.
Yeah, Carson Palmer is not looking good. And Asiata, piece of shit.
Wow.
Osweiler throwing up fucking lemons too as well. So both of them are on the downtick. 96, 102. Talk about it.
Don't have time to talk about it right now. Crenny versus Mangold.
Whew. Crenny, he is on a fucking tear here. Just putting up points with dog shit guys. I got him at 156. Kenton, 117.
Wow.
Sort.
39.
Yep.
Hammer and Slaughter.
Russ and Kev.
Russ and Kev. Let's hear it.
Real quick, I got Russ fucking putting up 134 and Kev 117. Someone better fucking get Kev's picks because that's a first round lotto pick for sure.
That's a good idea. I haven't thought about that yet, nor have I tried multiple times. Hammer versus Slaughter.
Sorry?
Hammer versus Slaughter.
It's probably one of the closest games I think right now. I got fucking Hammer in at 132. That's what the power ranking is telling me, but I'm sort of feeling 136, 137. And, lo and behold, I got Slaughter at 137 too. So, really, that's going to be a nail biter to the end. Russell Wilson, that's the iffy. Everyone's been talking about his leg there and how he's not running around and he's being forced to throw in the pocket, which is not his game. So it's interesting to see. And Freeman, don't like Freeman, that's for sure. Not against that run defense for Green Bay, top 5 in the league. But
no Tevin Coleman.
Yeah. Sorry?
No Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, that's. But I still Green Bay's run defense. They've built their D on that run D. They're going to throw that sucker. They're not going to be running that bitch.
We'll see what he does. He's got 30 touches, I bet.
All right. I got.
You got to give me is it a pick'em game then, or do you got a -1 somewhere, -1?
Sorry.
You got a pick there, or is it going to go pick'em?
Oof. You know what? Let's go with Slaughter. Mike Evans is going to eat some, and Beasley on Monday night. Talk about it.
Wow. Hey, great job, bro. Great interview. Thanks for coming on.
A little bit nervous there, but I appreciate it. And, go Hot Stars.
Yeah, you did great. You eased into it. I sensed you're nervous. A little bit in the beginning, you're a little nervous, but after about a few minutes, then it was just all game time.
Before we set something up, every Thanksgiving and Remembrance Day, the Hawk Stars like to pay tribute to all those fallen soldiers out there. It's part of my legacy. Hawk Stars is doing some charity work. I just want to give a shout out to Hoffman 2009, 2010, 2011, all those little kids that are playing on the fields right now. Keep going, guys. Keep going and collecting those bottles and supporting those troops.
All right, buddy. You betcha. I'll flash the link up on the screen where they can donate.
Thanks a lot. Just had to get that in there.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
Peace out.
Bye.
Fantastic. Wow. Straight fire. What do you expect? It's the Hoff. What do you expect? Got an opinion? Ain't afraid to share it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Let's go straight to our infamous segment that we all know and love. Your favorite and mine. Your favorite and mine.
You ever see that stuff and it get cold and ice that you can't see? Such shit happens sometimes.
What's up, Joe? What's up, buddy? You got yourself a little intro song. What do you think?
Got some music going on now.
Fade.
Yo, Fitz.
Yo.
Fitz, you got some music going on.
I know. That was your intro music, dude.
Oh, yeah. I love it. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man.
What's going on this week?
Nothing much, man. Just a busy day. It's a busy life. What do you do?
Yeah.
How's your son and your new adopted son doing?
A gunfight.
Hey?
What's that?
How's your son and your new adopted son doing?
Oh, my son is still taking his nap right now, and if he's awake, I wouldn't know because I don't go to the baby monitor. And my child, the other one's doing okay. He's gone.
I'm talking about Hammer.
Oh, Hammer, how's he doing? Well, Hammer, come on, man. The guy comes out there with those bets this week, and that's the only reason. Oh, last week, sorry, or start of the year. It's the only reason I'm just like, he really thought that he had a squad that could compete with me. His guys are a bunch of plugs and hopefuls that baby Sproles gets 13 yards this week. Suck out of here, man. This is big boy football. And you know about big boy football because you're a big boy squad as well, right? So
Some say.
Talking about I got Devontae Anderson or whoever the hell it is, whatever, big boy. Anyways, I digress. I'm fired up right now.
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you just blazed a cannon. That's what it sounds like.
No, I don't smoke weed anymore. Unfortunately, I'd love to blaze a cannon right now. But anyways, what's going on, dude? We got some big football things going on, Harley.
Yeah, you bet, man. You bet. We got some big games. We had some big games last week, some close games, and this week's no different. We got some big ones this week, including obviously yourself and the Hoff. Game of the week. Game of the week again. I'll tell you what. Anytime you're playing a contender, it's going to be a game of the week. Not that I'm calling Hoff a contender, but the projections are pretty damn close. What I want to ask you something. I want to ask you, after you squeaked out that close victory over Crenny last week, and I say squeaked out, you just had the highest scoring points of the week, but it was a very close victory there. And you've been pretty clear that you've said many times anyways, that you would rather lose a game before the playoffs start.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Now, not looking past the Hoff, and we're going to get to the Hoff in a second here, but not looking past the Hoff, but after the Hoff, you got Kev, Powers, Russ, and Mike. You could realistically be going undefeated going into the playoffs.
Go ahead.
If you get past Hoff this week, is that sort of a conflicting emotion that you're carrying right now, or is it, fuck it, balls to the walls, it's time to play?
I know. You're going to get what you want right there. If I get past Hoff this week, yes, I'm fucked. Because the teams that I'm playing going forward are, come on, man. I'm sure Sam shakes your head at once he looks at the roster and stuff like that. What do you do with that? Get your shit together. And then, you got Russ and stuff like that. If he's awake, you can probably make some good GM moves and stuff like that. And then you got Powers. And you know what? I'm going to take this time to apologize to Powers because, you know what? That trade he made right there with Melvin Gordon, and Dak against you, it worked out good for you as well. And I know you've traded since and like that, but I think that was a really good trade. And I apologize to Powers for being such a dick. Mike, I don't apologize to you because you're like, I'm going to stop right now.
Good man. Good man.
I'm going to stop. But anyways, I apologize, Powers, for like grading your trade and telling you should like look at high school teams. You should look at senior varsity teams now, maybe first year college guys. Anyways, going on. Sorry, I apologize.
Moving up in the world. Oh, it's all good, buddy. Now, with all the extensive Polican and boopering that you've been known for over the past few weeks, it's really been stepping up your team's game. What sort of advantage does that give you and your players? Is it an emotional, mental advantage with all the boopering and the Polican going on the blogs and whatnot? How's that play into your psyche?
Okay, I don't know what boopering is. I've heard about it, and the Polican. I'm just being honest with the guys. If I don't think I'm gonna win, I don't think I'm gonna win. Like this week, for example, is a perfect example. Like, I'm gonna get smashed out this week. This is gonna be my first loss. I have no chance. So
okay, so there's some nice Polican boopering.
What's that?
Boopering, for your information, you're good at it and you don't know what it is. Boopering is when you are in the midst of a game and you are sitting there sort of arguing how the other team still has a chance to win, even when it's very clear and apparent that you're probably going to win that game. That's a booper. That's the boopering. It's sort of arguing, no, he could still beat me if, Roddy White puts up 47 and, it's still a close game here.
So I guess by your the way you say it, I guess I was boopering on Monday night then.
There's both.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't care about I'll booper, Pollock, or do whatever. I'm just saying I just state facts, right?
Not really. It's not really a fact. It's kind of the opposite of a fact, actually. But hey, here's the big game, man. Here's the big game. Okay, this is a very close projection. You got a couple guys out this week, big boys. Talking big boy football. A couple of the big boys are out. You got Brady and White in Buffalo, which could be. Baylov's calling for a shootout in that game. Who knows? That could be a nasty, tough, grinding game. Since
you're right, dude.
Baylov's given me his.
I can break our game down right now if you want to, like right now.
Do it.
I have Montgomery only getting projected at 13.9. I think that's way under, which is a problem for me. And I think that I also have White and I got White and Bernard, who are projected at around 13 points apiece. And you never know about that because of course you never know about the guys running back. You never know about any person on the Patriots that's not named Tom Brady and Gronkowski. So I'm nervous. I think he's projected low. And I projected kind of like a hopeful projection.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. I don't see it. I think this is the first loss, and simply because I don't got my fucking dollars going. And then not just that, but he has a solid squad, stuff like that. But I think his projections are light, and my projections are heavy. But Cyprian getting 12 points was huge.
Yeah, that is. Just like Talvin Smith dropping 15 on me. Congrats, Laffy. 5-3. Anyways.
Yeah, number 50 on the. He's number 50 on the. I'm watching that actually. And I'm sorry for rambling on stuff like that. I was watching that last day. I'm like, Bob Friday stuff like that. You got a good game though. He has no quarterback, and you're projected to beat him by 3 points, and he has no quarterback. You gotta get your shit together there, Big Bob.
It's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a tough one. I'm worried about Lamar. Lamar worries me, and I don't have much in the way of a backup.
Okay.
But you never know. Hey, the week's young, man. It's only Saturday. I might have a couple new players by tomorrow. You never know. But
I know. I'm trying to make trades also.
Nice. Talk to me after the show. I'll put you on hold with Rhonda.
Let's put you on hold. Let's talk after the show.
All right, I got to go here, man. Hey, this one was supposed to be a quick one again. We're at 40 minutes. We're at 40 minutes.
Sorry, bro.
Hey, no, not you. This is Baylog. Baylog's rambling like a motherfucker.
Is Baylog on here?
He's already been on, bruh.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay. I'll let you go. All right, peace.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, bro.
Later.
All right, there you have it, guys. Couple of big gunners shooting at each other this weekend. Enjoy. Apologize for the real long video. And props to the guys who actually finished the videos. There's probably like 2 of you in the league. But anyways, love you boys. Have fun. Adios.